is throwing the health insurance industry, that is doing their best to try to comply with this law, in complete turmoil. And it is politically determined. Democrats, who are especially vulnerable Senate Democrats who voted for this law in 2010, are facing the voters for the first time, many of them, this fall, and they are desperate to stop the carnage. Tens of millions of people stood to lose their small business health insurance policies because they did not comply with all of Obamacare's rules and mandates. And so the president has waved his magic wand, or I guess his pen, and basically said, okay, we're going to let you keep those plans. But first of all, the states have to agree because they regulate health insurance, and the health insurance companies have to agree
and it's not
to keep
easy.
those policies on the book. It's not easy.
It's not easy for those health insurance to call them back or to reprocess them.
Right.
And the cost structure may change, and the forecast of the cost and liability structure may change. So in effect, the policies may wind up being more expensive. You know, Grace Marie, let me just say, I guess it was 2 weeks ago, I wrote a column, and I said we should have a 3-year moratorium on the entire Obamacare plan. Now look what's happened. This is the 3-year moratorium I was talking about. I want it for the business side almost has a 3-year. They're up to 2 years and rising, and you know that's going to go to 3 years. There should be no mandates. There should be no insurance company bailouts. There should be no more timing changes. Everything should stop in its tracks until we can go back, Congress, whoever wins in 14 and 16, go back and redo this whole bloody thing. That's the amazing thing to me. He's doing the 3-year moratorium I talked about.
Well, except for the $1 trillion in new taxes, and he has not yet postponed the individual mandate. So if you don't have health insurance, you are going to face penalties starting next April, and that is one of the most unpopular parts of this law.
All right, you're dead right.
So whether or not he delays that.
Right, I had that in. I forgot. You're right. I had the tax penalties. That should. All this stuff should be frozen.